The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, Tampa Bay Downs, Valerie Daly of Showcase Properties, and Woodford Thoroughbreds. Hello everyone, Carl Nathy filling in for John Henderson on this edition of Thoroughbred Week, featuring Grade 1 stakes action from Churchill Downs and Santa Anita, including a former claimer in the Stephen Foster Handicap and a repeat winner of the Shoemaker Mile. We begin with fillies and mares at Delaware Park in the Grade 3 Obeah Stakes. Zucchini Flower, the 2-to-1 favorite. John Curran picks up the call.
Very mediocre first half mile, and Daydream and Gracie setting that tempo. Montana Native is patient in second. Zucchini Flowers right there with Blue Violet toward the inside. Golden Production toward the outside. Gamay Noir looking to move up between horses, and Ambusher, they're bunching up around the bend with that slow tempo. Now, Montana Native being sent to the front. Zucchini Flowers going to follow that one. Gamay Noir circled up from the back of the pack, quickly into contention. These three, then Golden Production on the far outside. Flash forward between horses, Montana Native and Gamay Noir. Head-to-head, Zucchini Flower toward the inside, needs some racing room. Angles to the outside, three with a shot, furlong to go. Gamay Noir, Montana Native battling back. These two are going to fight it out. A late rally from Ambushers coming on the far outside, bidding for the upset. Montana Native, Gamay Noir, head-to-head, Gamay Noir edging away. Gamay Noir wins the Obeah. Montana Native and a late running Ambusher.
A sweep by Keeneland Sales Graduates with Gamay Noir, the last to first winner by half a length over Montana Native, who has a head on Ambusher. Daniel Centeno up in 151-1. Winner of the Grade 3 Rampart Stakes in March, Gamay Noir was last seen finishing third in the Grade 3 60 Sales Handicap. The 4-year-old filly by Unbridled Song was bred in Kentucky by Ferris Farm and was purchased from the Ferris Farm Dispersal at the 2013 Keeneland January sale for $15,000. Trainer Marty Wolfson claimed the winner for $100,000 on behalf of Chasing Tail Stable at Gulfstream Park in January. Gamay Noir has earned nearly $302,000. To Churchill Downs for the Grade 2 Fleur-de-Lis Handicap. On Fire Baby, the 6-to-5 favorite, Larry Colmus has the call.
On Dean and Sean Bridgemahan, joined by Joe Johnson and On Fire Baby, and now they're a neck apart on the lead. 50 Shades of Hay is being pushed along for more by John Velasquez on the outside. Then comes Frivolous along the rail, Flashy American and Molly Morgan around the far turn. On Dean, On Fire Baby, and 50 Shades of Hay, and they're across the track after 3/4 in 1:12-3. Nothing separates the top three, and now they're going to be joined by Molly Morgan, who's sent through on the rail by Corey Lannery. And Molly Morgan has taken the lead with a rail run at the top of the stretch. Molly Morgan in front. On the far outside, 50 Shades of Hay and Flashy American are next. And then comes On Fire Baby. She's back to fourth, but it's Molly Morgan. Molly Morgan at 10-1, passing the 16th pole in front. And with a bold winning move by Corey Lannery, Molly Morgan takes the fleur-de-lis.
10-1 Molly Morgan by Adina Spring Stallion. Ghost Sapper rallies from last to defeat Flashy American by 4 lengths. 50 Shades of Hay, third for a sweep by Keeneland Sales Graduates. Corey Lannery aboard in 150 flat. The first stakes victory for Molly Morgan, who was coming off a second-place finish to race favorite On Fire Baby in the Grade 1 La Troyenne Stakes. The 5-year-old mare was bred in Kentucky by Mike Laufer, Bill Kubich, and Greg McDonald, and was a $90,000 Keeneland September yearling. Trained by Dale Romans, Molly Morgan has earned $368,000 for Kubich. American Produce Records is now available online. Visit brisnet.com/APR for unlimited access to the pedigrees of more than 3 million thoroughbreds for just $275 a year, now including sire stats. To Santa Anita for the Grade 1 Vanity Stakes. Let Faith Arise, the 8-to-5 favorite. Frank Miramati has the call.
Down the back stretch they go in the Vanity, and Io Tappa just cruising along out there, doing it sweetly. In front by a length to Grace Hall second. Scherzinger on the outside in third. Magic Union is in fourth. Let Faith Arise 4 lengths off the lead. She'll have to go wide, and inside of her, Yahilwa has trailed throughout. Io Tappa is the one to beat, 3/8 of a mile to go. Grace Hall hard-ridden, trying to keep pace second. Scherzinger could not do enough in third. She's followed at the rail by Magic Union. Io Tappa in control at the top of the stretch. Grace Hall is 2 behind her in second. These two are dominating. Let Faith Arrive still 8 off them. They're at the top of the stretch, and Io Tappa powerful in front by 3 now. Grace Hall has given it her best, but she is no match as Io Tappa is putting on a show in the Vanity Stakes. She's opened up to lead by 7. Io Tappa and Joe Talamo romping home to win by about 9.
Io Tappa, the runaway winner, officially by 10 1/4 over Grace Hall. Joe Talamo aboard in 1:47 3, a 107 Briz speed rating. Claimed out of her first start 2 years ago for $50,000 by trainer John Sadler on behalf of Horonis Racing, Io Tappa joins the ranks of Grade 1 winners. The 4-year-old filly by a Fleet Alex was bred in Kentucky by Gem Incorporated, Stephen Bajer, and Robin O'Hara. Io Tappa has won or placed in 8 stakes off the claim and has earned nearly $617,000. More racing coming up, but first here's the upcoming schedule in the Breeders' Cup Win and You're In Stakes Series.
A new challenge has begun, and for the world's top thoroughbreds, there's a new reason to keep running. Win, and they're in. All summer long, the best horses will race to earn a spot in the richest event in horse racing. Don't miss the drama that unfolds in the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. All summer long on NBC and NBCSN.
Point of Entry's taken the lead. Point of Entry has defeated Animal Kingdom by a length and a half.
Real Solution continues to attack on the outside. A wild finish coming here, and Point of Entry, oh, the classy Point of Entry would not be denied.
Point of Entry, a 5-time Grade 1 winner by Sire of Sires Dynaformer. New for 2014 at Adena Springs.
Combining the legacy of Kentucky with the fertile breeding ground of Florida, Woodford Thoroughbreds proudly introduces in 2014 Warfront's best son to stand at stud, multiple graded stakes winner, Sold Out, and juvenile Grade 1 winner of the Hopeful Stakes, Currency Swap. Woodford Thoroughbreds, where a new generation of horse racing excellence has begun.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Discover beautiful Ocala, Marion County, horse capital of the world. I'm Valerie Daly. Let me show you all our area has to offer. Here are a few recent listings. Laurel Mead, Paradise Palms, Dudley Farm, and Marnick. Ocala, Marion County. Come for a visit and you'll see why it's a great place to live.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with a 1-2 finish by stablemates in the Woodbine Oaks just ahead in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with 3-year-old fillies on the Churchill Downs turf in the Grade 3 Regret Stakes. A little bit sassy, the 5-2 favorite, Larry Colmus, has the call.
Still is Stanford on top, with a little bit sassy second on the outside, 3/4 win in 1:11 4. Tepin is being ridden along. Kiss Moon is progressing on the outside. Then it's Personal Diary. Aurelius Bell is next. Vivi Goodnight and Share the Sugar. They're into the stretch. And it's a little bit sassy on the outside. Coming up the rail is Tepin, who's squeezing through an opening and had to steady there, didn't get through. Kiss Moon is closing the gap. And here's Aurelius Bell on the far outside. A little bit sassy. Aurelius Bell, Kiss Moon between them. The 3 of them coming down to the wire. Personal Diaries in it too. They're coming to the finish a little bit sassy.
It was a little bit sassy getting to the wire ahead in front of Aurelius Bell, but for veering out under left-handed urging by Luis Saez and bumping Kiss Moon, a little bit sassy was demoted to fourth by the stewards. So the official victory goes to 3-1 second choice Aurelius Bell and John Velasquez. Personal Diary put up to second and Kiss Moon awarded third. The Keeneland Sales graduate clocked in 148 flat. Graded stakes placed on dirt at Gulfstream Park and winner of the Grade 3 Bourbonnette Oaks, the Wayne Catalano trainee, was a badly beaten ninth in the Kentucky Oaks. This was her first start on turf. The filly by Lemon Drop Kid was bred in Kentucky by Alexander Groves Matz. Aurelius Bell has earned $253,000 for James F. Miller. The filly was consigned by Gainesway, agent, to the 2012 Keeneland September yearling sale, where she was purchased by Nakoma Bloodstock, agent for Miller, for $170,000. Grade 3 Regret Stakes winner Aurelius Bell, the Keeneland Sales Graduate of the Week. Canadian-bred 3-year-old fillies in the Woodbine Oaks. Paladin Bay, recent winner of the Grade 3 Celine Stakes, the 2-1 favorite. Dan Loisel has the call.
They're off in the Woodbine Oaks, and Hot and Spicy went to her knees at the break. For the early lead, Wild Catamine. Getting position early is Paladin Bay to the inside as they move in front of us for the first time. And Wild Catamine, the Fury winner, has found the rail. On the outside, Lexi Lou to press the pace from second. Unspurned, fanned a little wide. Past the 7/8 pole, Paladin Bay is toward the inside in fourth. Then we have Call Her Karma in fifth position. Chonarman saves ground with 6 furlongs to go. Then we have Gdansk. Second to last is Hot and Spicy, and Storm now trails this field. They're into the backstretch, and it's Wild Catamine. On the outside, Lexi Lou inches closer, just ahead behind. The opening quarter was 23-1. They ran a half a mile in the Oaks in 47-4. Midpoint of this Woodbine backstretch. And it's Wild Catamine by a neck. Lexi Lou in second position. A break of a length to Unspurned in third. She has Paladin Bay just to the inside. Paladin Bay's between fillies. Chonarman continues to protect the rail. 2.5 lengths off the lead. Call Her Karma is called on for run from off the pace. Hot and Spicy, then Gdansk and Storm now. And Lexi Lou has made her move. And Lexi Lou comes on inside the quarter pole to take the lead. Trying to respond is Wild Catamine. Paladin Bay has put the pressure, and on the far outside is Unspurned. And it's Lexi Lou and Patrick Husbands in the last 1/8 of a mile. They have opened up 2.5 lengths. Final 16th. Lexi Lou, a no doubt about it winner of the Woodbine Oaks. Call it 4 on the line.
Fillies trained by Mark Cassey finished 1-2 with Lexi Lou drawing off to defeat Wild Catamine by 4.5 lengths. Patrick Husbands, the winning jockey, in 149-3. A 2-time stakes winner over the track at 2 for trainer John Ross. Lexi Lou finished a close third to Wild Catamine in the Fury Stakes in her first start for Cassey and owner Gary Barber. She had blinkers off for the Oaks. The filly by Adena Springs, Ontario stallion Sligo Bay was bred in Ontario by Paradox Farm. Lexi Lou has earned $609,000. The Spendthrift Farm Stallion of the Week is Tisway, one of the fastest milers of all time. Faster Met Mile winner than Palace Malice, Shackelford, and Quality Road. The first yearlings by Tisway sell this summer.
At the top of the stretch, it's Tisway. Tisway by 4 as they come down to the line. Tisway takes the Met Mile with style. Look at the time, 1:32-4. Rail Trip is there. Giant Oak, flat out coming after him. It is Tisway in front, and Tisway was terrific.
Hey, racing fans. With EmpireCityBets.com, you can now place wagers from the comfort of home on thoroughbred and harness tracks around the world. Empire City Bets is an advanced deposit wagering service that offers both internet and phone wagering. With EmpireCityBets.com, you get sign-up bonuses up to $300, weekly promotions, and daily rewards on most tracks, including an industry high of 8% on Yonkers races. You also enjoy live video and race replays, and with exclusive content from some of the best handicappers around, there's no other place you'll want to bet. Don't race to any other site, race to EmpireCityBets.com.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
A great time is a sure thing at Gulfstream Park. Excitement and fun, see the horses run. Any day or night, it feels so right. Come on, everyone, it's a sure thing. You'll find it here any time of the year. A great time is a sure thing at Gulfstream Park.
Welcome back into Thoroughbred Week with a repeat winner of the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile coming up in this segment. We begin with 3-year-olds at Churchill Downs in the Grade 3 Matt Wynn Stakes. Tapiture, the even money favorite. Once again, here's Larry Colmus.
Now, Almost Famous finds running room at the rail. Calvin Burrell sending him on through, and he takes the lead with a strong move into the far turn. Almost Famous, a bold move to take the lead. The Admiral is second, Rise Up is third, and Tapiture is coming now. Tapiture and Rosie Napravnik are moving up on the far outside. They have to catch Almost Famous, who comes to the top of the stretch in front. Tapiture moves up alongside. Back to third is Rise Up. Ulaanbaatar is fourth. They're into the stretch. And Tapiture has taken the lead. Tapiture moving away from Almost Famous. Ulaanbaatar is next. Rank Has Privileges and Rise Up into the final furlong, and Tapiture's in control. Tapiture passing the 16th pole in front, and Tapiture and Rosie Napravnik will take the Matt Wynn.
The heavy favorite, Tapiture, takes it by 2 lengths over Ulaanbaatar. The winner under high weight of 123 pounds, and Rosie Napravnik in 143 and 4. Winner of the Grade 3 Southwest Stakes in his seasonal debut, the Steve Asmussen trainee gets back on track after finishing a well-beaten 15th in the Kentucky Derby. The colt by Tappet was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Winchell Thoroughbreds. Tapiture has earned $557,000. Rosie Napravnik with a safe ride of the week, presented by Sally Horse Vans, the safest way to the winner's circle. To Monmouth Park for the Grade 3 Pegasus Stakes, Albano at 6-5, a slight favorite over Ring Weekend. Travis Stone with the call.
Ring Weekend into the bit to the back stretch run. Strides away to lead by 3. Encryption is back in second. Albano coasts along from third, about 5 lengths behind pace-setting Ring Weekend. 5 more lengths back to Lynx and Wildcat Pleasures as they move down the back stretch run. So it is Ring Weekend. After that strong quarter in 22 and change, goes a half in 46 and 2. There's a half mile to go. So Ring Weekend, unopposed so far, had to run hard to get up there though. Encryption is second and coming on, and Albano is picking it up 3 wide on the outside in third. 3 more lengths back to Lynx, who's trying to wind up from fourth. 5 back, Wildcat Pleasures round the far turn. Albano takes the lead. Albano just like that to the top outside the quarter pole. And Encryption is going to try and move with Albano. Ring Weekend is retreating through the field. Lynx on the outside has taken over third. They're at the top of the stretch, and Albano's in front by 5. Encryption back in second. Lynx is third. The rest are struggling. Furlong to go. And Albano with a 6-length lead by the 16th pole. And Albano's going to roll home a much the best winner of the Pegasus. Geared down under the wire.
Albano draws off to take it by 6.5 lengths over Encryption. Lynx well back in third for a sweep by Keeneland Sales graduates. Kerwin Clark, the winning jockey, at 144 flat. Grade stakes placed at Fairgrounds, Albano was making his first start since finishing a well-beaten 5th in the Grade 2 Louisiana Derby. The colt by Istan was bred in Kentucky by his owner, Brereton C. Jones. Trained by Larry Jones, Albano has earned $308,000. Albano paid $460 to win and is the Malone's Favorite of the Week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. To Santa Anita for the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile on turf. Last year's winner, obviously, the 8-5 favorite. Frank Miramonte has the call.
And they're off. It was a clean beginning. Winning Prize breaks out beautifully, obviously on the inside, and Pulpit's Express now goes up to make it 3 across the course. Silentio will settle nicely in 4th, about 5 lengths off the lead. Inside of him comes Summer Front. Jack Milton is unhurried, and Tom's Tribute is at the back. Into the first turn they go, and obviously is the leader. Winning Prize went a bit wide into that turn, as did Pulpit's Express, but both of them get closer to the rail now. A gap of 6 back to Silentio, racing in 4th. Summer Front is 5th, more than 12 lengths off the lead now. Then it's Jack Milton, and at the back is Tom's Tribute. Down the back stretch they go, and obviously very comfortable up top, leads it by 1.5 lengths to Winning Prize 2nd. Pulpit's Express is trying to keep pace 3rd. A huge gap back to the 4th spot, and that's still held by Silentio. Then comes Summer Front inside Jack Milton. Tom's Tribute has trailed throughout. Obviously in control around the far turn. He leads it by 2.5 and starts to widen. Winning Prize is asked to get after him 2nd. Pulpit's Express has surrendered. Then it's Silentio. Jack Milton is 9 lengths off the lead with the black cap. Summer Front inside of him, and then Tom's Tribute. They're at the top of the stretch, and obviously is still cruising along with a 5-length lead. The rest of them lining up to chase him home, but obviously is well clear. On the far outside, Tom's Tribute is trying to get involved. Silentio is inside of him, as is Summer Front, but with a 16th to go, it's obviously goes back-to-back in a dominant Shoemaker Mile.
Obviously repeats as winner of the Shoemaker Mile by 1.5 lengths over Summer Front. A Grade 1 stakes double on the card for Joe Talamo, the mile on the turf in 1:32 3. Previously trained by Mike Mitchell, obviously is now handled by Philip D'Amato, who has traded jobs with his former boss. In his first start for D'Amato, obviously was a 5.5 length winner of the Grade 3 American Stakes. The Irish-bred 6-year-old gelding by Choisir earns a return trip to the Breeders' Cup Mile. Imported by Anthony Fantacola and Joseph Scardino, obviously has won 7 graded stakes and has banked $1,337,000. Coming up, a former claimer takes the Stephen Foster.
with your friends and family, then you will have a great time. Come out to Tampa Bay Downs and you will see Thoroughbred racing, Texas Hold'em tournaments. You gotta know when to pull them. Help your golf game at our practice range. You can bet there's so much more. Tampa Bay Downs, live it up at the Downs.
Share what you love about Florida.
Meet legendary celebrity owners. Witness world-class racing. Enjoy exclusive social events. Mingle with the sport's top owners. Learn from industry leaders. And tour incredible breeding operations. The Thoroughbred Owner Conference at Keeneland Racecourse in Lexington, Kentucky, October 13th through 16th. To register, go to ownerview.com.
Since 2000, runners by Pin Oak Stallions have won some of racing's most important stakes races.
and include Eclipse and Sovereign Award champions. Pen Oak is home to leading sire Broken Vow, sire of over 100 stakes horses, and Sky Classic. Pen Oak also stands young graded stakes winners Cowboy Cow and Alternation. Pen Oak Stud. Stake success is our goal.
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Churchill Downs for the Grade 1 Stephen Foster Handicap. Will Take Charge, the 5-2 favorite. Here's the call by Larry Colmus.
They're off in the Stephen Foster. And long shot Jaguar Paw goes at it with Moonshine Mullen for the early lead. These two, as expected, will make the early pace. And Departing and Golden Ticket are right there too, and Long River settles back in stride in fifth. Down toward the inside, it's My Loot. Prayer for Relief is next. Will Take Charge and Revolutionary will do their running later. There at the back of the field, Will Take Charge is 14 lengths off the lead, and Revolutionary 16 behind after a 23-4 opening quarter mile. Jaguar Paw leads them onto the backstretch, and Calvin Burrell takes hold of Moonshine Mullen second. Departing tracks the top two, third by another 2 lengths. Then Long River and Golden Ticket to the outside. My Loot is right alongside of Prayer for Relief, and Will Take Charge is being ridden along to get closer now. He's 14 lengths off the lead. Gary Stevens motivating him. Mike Smith and Revolutionary content to be last after a 47 4/2 mile. There's a half mile to go, and it's still Jaguar Paw and Moonshine Mullen, and Moonshine Mullen now takes the lead on the far turn, and Departing will take aim at him. Golden Ticket is after that. Long River, then Prayer for Relief. Will Take Charge is having to go on the far outside. He's within 5 lengths of the lead now. Revolutionary still at the back of the field, and My Loot's in it too. Departing has taken the lead at the top of the stretch from Moonshine Mullen, who fights on to the inside. Golden Ticket and Will Take Charges on the far outside. Oh, Moonshine Mullen's battling. Moonshine Mullen and Calvin Burrell with the rail in the lead. Close to home from Departing. Will Take Charge and Golden Ticket. Moonshine Mullen did it! And a huge upset over the field in the Stephen Foster.
10-1, Moonshine Mullen rides the rail to victory by a length and 3/4 over the favorite Will Take Charge. Calvin Burrell aboard in 149 3. The 5th consecutive victory for the reformed claimer, who captured the Grade 2 Ali Sheba Stakes on the Derby Day card. This victory earns him an automatic bid to the Breeders' Cup Classic. The 6-year-old horse by Albert the Great was bred in Kentucky by Dr. Russ Barron and Dick Johnson. The winner was formerly trained by Steve Asmussen for Maggie Moss. Trainer Randy Morse haltered the winner for $40,000 on behalf of Randy Patterson in December. And this victory puts Moonshine Mullen over the $1 million mark in career earnings. We will have 3-year-old fillies in the Grade 2 Summertime Oaks from Santa Anita, along with graded stakes action from Belmont Park, Monmouth Park, and Woodbine. Plus, the $300,000 Evangeline Downs Turf Sprint. All of that coming up next week here on Thoroughbred Week. Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.